Um, Hello everyone. We're back with another episode of Double Wicket Maiden, and we're sitting here recording only a few days after Lahore Qalandars defended their title. I mean, back-to-back wins. Iman and I are clearly very happy, and I am sure a lot of you are too, because you've been tagging us in tweets and asking us to comment about Lahore Qalandars win and get an episode out. And I mean, we really wanted to do it as soon as we could, but we were both caught up. But our love for Lahore Qalandars, we had to take out time and just dedicate an entire episode to Lahore Qalandars. Don't worry, we'll talk about other teams too. But if this episode gets way too much about Lahore, you can't complain. We've had a season to celebrate. Before we start talking about cricket, I do want to take out a moment and tell you all that I was in the stadium when we won, and I'll talk about it in the episode afterwards. But what a day it was, and I can't wait to share it all with you. Iman, should we just get into the episode and start talking about what this PSL was, the season that we had, 5 months, 5 weeks of great cricket. As you can see, I'm already too excited and fumbling over my words, but I think this will be fine when we get into the episode. Iman, what are your initial thoughts?
I don't know. I feel like the season went by so fast, but I also feel like so much happened in it. And I know that a lot of people, I think this happens every season, everyone's like, itne boring games chal rahe hain. But I think overall that was a really, really good season. And in the sense that, and people complain about Pindi, but I also really enjoyed those games. And what we saw this PSL season, and it's something that a lot of people have been talking about, is Pakistan's T20 cricket really looking like T20 cricket. You've got batters taking, a lot of risks in the power play, in the middle and the death. You saw some vintage Fakhar Zaman like tucking away in the power play and then kind of exploding in the middle and the death. You saw Babar Azam showing more intent in the power play than he ever has. I've said this multiple times, and I'll say this on Double Wicket Maiden as well. That knock versus Islamabad that got them through to the Eliminator 2 was my favorite Babar Azam knock in a PSL match ever. It was amazing, and it was in Lahore. It wasn't Pindi, so you can't be like Pindi tax, And I also feel like we saw Zaman recreate just an incredible season all over again, and it was amazing when he did it once last year. It was even better when he did it this year. We saw Azam Khan do Azam Khan things and basically cement his place for the next World Cup, like next year's World Cup, which is no easy feat, but you kind of saw that coming. So it was just really nice to it was really nice for him to do it in PSL again, and for everyone to be like, 100% he's on our side. And then some classic Fahim Ashraf saves. We saw Multan Sultans with a team that I have not been kind to, because I'm like, that's mid, that's not a great bowling attack. I'm not impressed with the kind of individual players they've got. But then they pull off these incredible games throughout the season. And at one point, it seemed like Multan's either not going to qualify or they're going to be fourth. Okay, maybe not going to qualify as a stretch, but maybe they're going to be fourth, maybe they're going to be third, but no. They ended up second. They sailed to the final. And I know that their fans are gutted with the way it ended, but I genuinely think that was an incredible season for them. And this is taking a lot to say that, because I don't like Multan Sultans. I don't like how OP they are. I don't like how everything seems so easy for them. But yeah, it was a really, really fun season. There's so much that happened, so much to be happy about. But I'm just really, really excited about the young batters, the young bowlers, the young all-rounders, even Shaheen Shah, what the hell. But yeah, there's a lot to celebrate.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I'm always more excited about the the bowling than I am for the batting. And I mean, that I think is a very obvious bias that I always, I talk about openly, that I enjoy bowling more than batting. And, we get to see that a lot in Pakistan cricket anyway. So getting to see great batting this season, I mean, Haarre, Saim, even Abdullah Shafiq, and then Hasibullah, all of them, I just had so much fun because I was like, okay, maybe this is the season it changes. Maybe now we're finally, we're finally seeing that shift that everyone kept talking about. Ke, oh, bowling to hai, but batting. We need more T20 batting, like you said, that we don't have enough T20 prowess. I mean, in Tests and ODI, we have Power Azam, the best there is. But in T20, we've always, जो हमारी एक strategy बन भी चुकी है कि 160, 170 कर लो and we defend that. We are very comfortable in that, and our batters too are very comfortable in that. And to see players like Haarre and Saim and Azam, everyone come and say, okay, maybe we're ready to challenge that ceiling. Maybe हमें वो 160, 170 पर नहीं रहना, हम आगे जा सकते. I'm very excited. I don't know about whether or not they're going to play big innings or whatever. I just know that I'm really excited about where this new shift in the PSL will take us to, like, international cricket as well, because PSL mein to obviously we've seen it happen, and now with Haarre, Saim, everyone, Azam playing for against Afghanistan, I can't wait to see what and how it happens. Matlab, I'm really excited.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really excited for the Afghanistan series. I feel like it's a great opportunity for them to kind of show what they're made of. I also think that people are being a little too dramatic. They're like, oh, if they perform, then the current players is placed at risk. Or if they don't perform, people will call them to last. Like, relax. Like, this... I mean, you realize that either way, people are going to say something. So let's just not put too much weight into this series and let the kids do their thing. Like, it's a great opportunity. I feel like it's a very forward-thinking, futuristic kind of move. We've been used to seeing our best players play all series, all matches, all the time. So this is a good thing, and we can celebrate that. And yeah. So do you wanna do the best batter, best bowler idea that we had?
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm very excited for the list. I won't lie, I don't have any names written down, but I have them all in my mind, and I can't wait to go over them with you.
Cool. Yeah, so basically, every year after the PSL is over, they award, best batter, best all-rounder, best bowler.
Yeah.
And instead of Zoha and I kind of talking about what the PSL committee, whoever they are, commentators, I guess, decide that, we thought we would give our own awards. And they will obviously overlap with the PSL chose, and of course they're a meritocratic organization. They choose based on whoever did the best. But Zoha and I don't claim that. We try to be objective, but our bias comes in a little bit. We've also invented an award, just so we could give one of our favorite players an award. But do you wanna start with best batter then? Who is your best batter?
Okay, best batter. This isn't by any objective metric, because this is something that I'm talking about who I enjoyed watching more. And it was Babar Azam, only because what you already said, he was slightly he came out of his comfort zone. There were still some innings where he was doing 40 balls, 50, where I was like, Babar, please. But then he he really tried, and that is why I really liked watching him bat. He wasn't probably the best batter objectively, but for me, he was the best batter for this season because of how much he improved. His strike rate, he was more aggressive. I mean, we've kept talking about why we want him to play, a certain way in T20s, and it's because we know that he can do that. Mm-hmm. And to see that he really try and do that, I really enjoyed that. And also because this might be my Babar Azam fan club lens, but the top order, Zalmi, Saim, Haarre and Babar, I think I did not enjoy any top order more than theirs. 100%. So probably that is that is impacting my answer too. But Babar Azam, because he got runs, he got them at a better strike rate than he usually does, and he was he led Peshawar Zalmi into the eliminators when people said with this bowling they won't qualify, which I was one of them. So yeah, I think he did good.
Okay, so I took the objective thing a little too seriously. And I've actually named a player who I think did really, really well, and I in fact think that the PSL should have given him the best batter award. And you guys know I'm not a big fan of Multan Sultans. Like I said, they're very OP. I don't like giving acknowledgement to that because I'm like, stop, just relax, sit down, you know, have a bad season for once. But I think the best batter was Riley Russo. And I'm not just saying this because he terrified me in the final, and that was a winning knock, the way he played. It's also because he did it so many times. You know, he wasn't even there, I don't think, the entire season. But he was one of the most impactful players. And I think he's one of the best, if not the best, overseas batters that the PSL has ever seen.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like, he's incredible. And I think that it's completely okay to reward Rizwan for the amazing season that he had. He got a lot of runs and all that stuff. But I kind of wish, you know, Riley Russo had gotten it, because I really think this was an incredible season. For him to do that again and again and again is ridiculous. But yeah, good for him. The next one is best bowler. Okay, so who's yours?
I think Rashid Khan. I tried to, you know, I was looking at the list of, you know, impact list, bowlers impact list, and I think Rashid Khan is on most of them. But Rashid Khan, I mean, watching him bowl is like something else, man. Matlab, no matter what the situation is, no matter if he's getting a good day in the field or not, he's gonna come and still change the game. I mean, 1 or 2 games he wasn't at his best, but even at his best, he wasn't too bad. And I was like, yaar, ye kya banda hai? Ye kya banda hai? Like, every time he'll come and like choke the opposition in the middle overs, and you're like, this is foolproof. If you have that, then you don't have to worry about the middle order, any middle order, you know, scoring at a crazy pace against you. And that's, I don't think there's anything else I need from a bowler, especially. I mean, he did so well in Pindi. Imagine a spinner doing so well in Pindi. He was above the Pacers in the chart, I think, in one of the lists for the economy, or I don't know. I saw a list. I think it was, it was probably the economy, and he topped the list. And I was like, yeah, Pindi maybe be for real, but yeah, Rashid Khan.
Yeah, and I honestly, by the end of the season, you could tell that other franchises fans were just done with Lahore Qalandars, because they were like, okay, हमारे पास Rashid Khan hota, हम भी जीत जाते. And I get it. You know, I completely get it, because like, I am so happy that he's on our side. He's also my best bowler. And you know, we have a lot of great bowlers. Okay, you could have said Shaheen, Zaman. Zaman had a great season. Some real stand-up performances, especially the first game and the last game, to win it the way he did. But Rashid Khan is clutch. A bad Rashid Khan over is probably gonna get you like 12 runs, but he's also gonna get a wicket. And that's not. It's a T20 match. A 12-run over in the middle is not the worst thing in the world, but that's a bad Rashid Khan over. We got so used to him going for like 5-6 runs and over that it was like ridiculous. And like, I don't have the numbers. I wish I did now. I wish I'd done more prep for this episode. But he has ridiculous PSL numbers. And it's just like, he's a T20 god. He's a T20 legend. And I thrive in people's saltiness, because I'm like, yeah, we have Rashid Khan. Yeah, he's the best goddamn bowler in the world. And when everyone was struggling, like you said it, Mindy, Rashid wasn't. And if that isn't the mark of a god, like, he terrifies people. Even if he's having a bad day, you're gonna be scared to kind of like attack Rashid, because, you know, it's a massive risk. So you just play him out. So that's 4 overs that you can guarantee that the opposition's gonna be like really terrified of you. But like, it's incredible. So the next one is best all-rounder.
I think this is very obvious. I think Imad Wasim deserves it. He's like, I'm not a huge Imad Wasim fan. That has already been established. But what a PSL season he had. Matlab, I think he single-handedly, if like they lost a few games by very close margins, and like, even if they'd won 2 or 3 out of those games, which were all very close, he could have qualified. And I'm saying he and not Karachi, it's because he was the one single-handedly. Maybe James wins in 1 or 2 games, but other than that, Imad Wasim was single-handedly winning Karachi games. And I mean, what a player for Karachi this season. And I mean, I know people have had problems with how he captains, how he hides himself while he's captaining, whatever. I think looking that all aside, he has been a good captain this season too. Relatively, I mean, he was proactive in the field. So I mean, that doesn't count in the all-rounder category as such, but I do want to mention it because I mean, he was doing three jobs. He was bowling, he was batting, he was captaining, and I think he did a fine job at it. So yeah, Imad Wasim.
Yeah, and I feel like no other all-rounder came close. Like even Rashid,
Yeah.
he's a bowling all-rounder, but you know, with the bat,
Yeah.
he didn't do much. Sikandar, amazing with the bat, didn't do much with the ball.
Yeah.
Mostly because Lahore Qalandars didn't let him bowl much, which I have some issues with because I'm like, he could have been in the
Yeah.
running, but we didn't need him.
Yeah.
You know, when we've got itne zyada bowling options and you don't even need to bowl Sikandar Raza, like
Yeah.
that just shows the level you're at.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm going off topic. Imad Wasim, also my pick for best all-rounder. I don't think there was any competition.
I mean, I know Iman, you just said that there was no competition for Imad Wasim, but I think there was one contender. That's Captain Calendar, Shaheen Shafridi. He could have been the all-rounder of PSL8, but yeah, Imad Wasim did it just a little better.
Yeah, I feel like Shaheen in his all-rounder era was something that no one saw coming except maybe Shaheen, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think that he did in 2 games 40 plus
Yeah.
runs and 4 plus wickets, which was
Yeah.
incredible. I mean, I'm really excited for what's to come for him. Especially next PSL. I don't know if he's going to be doing this at international level
Yeah.
anytime soon, but
Yeah.
yeah, like Imad was standout with the bat. Like you said,
Yeah.
single-handedly carrying Karachi. A lot of people
Yeah.
are like, oh, he wasn't that great with the ball. No, he was fine. His job is to do power play bowling primarily, and he did that really well.
Yeah.
There were a few matches where I think he, in partnership with another bowler, usually Amir, really got
Yeah.
their team ahead of the game.
Yeah.
ये तो है कि Karachi की bowling was overall not that great, so you know his good bowling was kind of like overshadowed by that. But
Yeah.
the point is, Imad had an incredible season. You don't get those a lot, and you have to recognize it. If the PSL can give the best all-rounder award to a player who did not qualify for the playoffs, that means that it's really
Yeah.
good. It's a really good season, and we can acknowledge that.
100%.
So next up is player of the tournament. Who is yours?
I think my answer is still the same. I think Imad Wasim, he deserved to be the player of the tournament. I've already talked about why. So yeah, I think he had a season like Shadab Khan had last year. So Shadab Khan didn't win last year, Imad didn't win this year. Man, you guys need to, I don't know who's picking these, but I think start looking at overall performances, not just the finals. Yeah. But yeah.
So I
No.
actually think that, and my opinion was before Imad should have won, or maybe Shaheen or someone, I don't know. But after they chose Asanullah, I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? They might have made some points with that.
Yeah.
It was the guy's first season. He was terrifying.
Yeah.
And that one over versus Shaheen aside, he had
Yeah.
like everyone scared when he
Yeah.
was bowling. To the point that Imad Wasim, do you remember that iconic thing where he was like, "Isko hard length pe bouncer karo aao ya kuch keh raha tha," and people were like, "How dare he say that?" I was like, "That's a compliment, bro." Imad at his big age is scared of this guy, man. Like, yeah. So I thought, yeah, go on.
No, I think yeah, you're right. I didn't mind it. Like, मुझे मसलन last year, I can't lie. Last year, I was a little, upset about the
Yeah.
award because I really thought Shadab Khan deserved it. But this year, Ihsanullah, he had a great season, so I wasn't too upset about it. But I just think that
Yeah.
I like it better when like all rounders win it because then it's just like more fun. But Ihsanullah was great. Yeah. What a season he had as well.
Yeah, and the fact that it was his first, did it so consistently, and his
Yeah.
numbers overall are really, really great.
Yeah.
I think there was a graph. I think Critic 2 will tag that somewhere in the description maybe. He
Yeah.
posted this graph of how the top tier bowlers did, and Ihsanullah did brilliant at the death and the power play. And the only explanation that Rayan Critic had was that player of the tournament. Like, there's nothing else you can say about it. It was he was like,
Brilliant.
ahead of everyone else in all
Yeah.
phases, basically. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. You can also make a case maybe for Shaheen if you're that biased. But you know,
Yeah.
it's entirely up to you. But best fielder.
I honestly I can't recall any. I mean I don't know why, but like thinking back, I think fielding this year wasn't that great. Last year we've had like crazy catches. This year too, the Vise catch in the final, that was great. Uh, but then they're not too many. So I don't know who I would pick. I think PSL picked Pollard. I mean he did some good catches, I guess. I can't pick one. Iman, what about you?
Yeah, I feel like I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't remember either because the fielding's been so terrible. I looked it up on Cricinfo's, most catches in PSL8, and Pollard did take the most, so I guess
Yeah.
that's what they were using when they gave him the
Yeah.
award. But I also remember that Karachi Kings finisher Irfan Khan Niazi. I think his
Oh
name is.
yeah.
He was really good in the field.
Yeah.
But giving it to Pollard makes sense. Again, like I'm not too fussed
Huh.
about it. I think last year I really wanted Fucker to take it, but
Yeah.
I think Hushil got it. Fair play. I
Yeah.
think Hushil took more catches. Most
Yeah.
catches, best fielder. I'm not too fussed
Yeah.
about it unless it's like Shadab winning. Whatever, it's fine. Give it to anyone.
Yeah, there was one
But,
catch.
okay.
There was one catch
Yeah, go
by Haarre too. I don't remember what game, but that was like a really good catch. I think it was very Rizwan-esque, the way he
nice.
dove. Yeah, so I think I have एक और दो standout catches in my mind. उसके अलावा I don't have like too many fielding like standout moments from this season, so I wasn't too fussed about it either.
Yeah. Okay, so next up is best wicketkeeper. This is again, I think this is also a really like obvious answer, I guess.
Yeah.
There is no better wicketkeeper in Pakistan than Mohammad Rizwan.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're gonna agree with me on that.
Yeah, mine was the same because I think Rizwan is he's pretty much foolproof. 9 out of 10, he's gonna be safe behind the wicket, and I mean, yeah, I don't think there is too much to say about it. Rizwan behind the wickets, yeah.
Yeah, I also checked Cricinfo for this just to confirm, and he was quite good. And
Yeah.
Hasibullah, who didn't keep for all the games, and who I felt like is a little bit raw behind the stumps, but his numbers
Yeah.
are quite good. So kudos to him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what else? What's next? Best emerging. I think that's kind of obvious. Ihsanullah
Yeah,
takes it for me. I'm
Ihsanullah.
not
Yeah,
sure why the PSL
same.
gave it to Abbas Afridi, but Ihsanullah.
Wickets, because wickets mean best bowler.
Yeah.
But
You got the
Ihsanullah,
same
same.
answer?
Yeah, same
Oh,
answer.
sorry, yeah.
Ihsanullah.
And best captain.
Shaheen. I know people
Yeah,
don't agree with
same.
it, but Shaheen, he was tactically sound, and he was also, he was very proactive. The decision to come bat in the final, I think one of the best decisions. It may be,
Yeah.
my Lahore Qalandars lens or whatever, but what a moment. I think it changed the game. What a moment. He came down to bat. He knew he had it. The entire Kazakhstan stadium knew he had it after he, took the Multan Sultan bowlers to the cleaners, and it was great. I think Shaheen for me.
Yeah, there was a really important match. Maybe it was the KO or it was the match before. Maybe it was a playoff or just the match before
Yeah.
that, where he came out to bat and he got out on the second ball, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, that was such a stupid decision."
Yeah.
And I was like, it cost a total of 2 balls.
Yeah.
It's not a stupid decision. It's not that deep. And then it paid off. Like doing it
Yeah.
again and again paid off.
Yeah.
And I think that even people love to say, okay, oh, if any other captain had this bowling attack, they'd win. But oh
Yeah.
my god, they don't. Okay, Shaheen does, and Shaheen uses them well. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can acknowledge that.
Yeah.
And you can also, and they need to decide. Sometimes they're like, Lahore Qalandars' think tank is so like outdated, and they don't use data, and they're so like conservative, and they don't know this and they don't know that.
Yeah.
Or they're like, Lahore Qalandars has the best resources. Of course, Shaheen's a good captain. I'm like, oh my god, make up your mind. Like,
Exactly.
You can praise or insult or whatever, but do not take away his captaincy
Yeah.
from him. He's won 2 straight PSLs. Clearly, there's something about this guy that's right. But yeah, 100%.
And even
I don't think you can. Yeah, go on.
No, I was just saying, even in the games that Lahore Qalandars does lose, what I like about Shaheen is he takes responsibility. So like he's saying, we wanted to try this, that's why मैं ऊपर आया. Agar like if this decision cost the game, that's fine. I think it was the game against Peshawar Zalmi that he had a 50 and then we didn't win.
I think so.
And then everyone was like, ye kya tha? And then in one of the like post-match, I don't know, interviews, he said that, we were willing to take the risk because हम qualify कर गए हैं, हम देख रहे थे what resources we have, which is a great mindset because it shows that you're comfortable experimenting, which like not a lot of leaders are. So yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think that if you've got a captain that in his second year of being PSL captain, he's won 2 trophies. And Lahore had great seasons both years. Top the table, won second on the table the other time, and then won in the end. I think you've got to just give credit. Like it just looks really immature and kind of honestly childish to just dismiss his achievements or to like get a little bit too worked up about this stuff. Like it's okay if someone wants to say Shaheen's a good captain. It's okay. Like relax. It doesn't mean Power's captaincy is threatened or Rizwan is not a good captain for Multan or anything like that. It just means Shaheen is a good captain. But yeah. Okay, so the next award is the award that we actually kind of invented. And it's the Best Cameos Award. Zoa, do you want to give your answer?
I think Haarre. मैंने already बोल दिया 2-3 दफा कि Haarre, I enjoy watching him bat, but man, I enjoy watching him bat. मतलब यार वो क्या बंदा है, वो आता है, he doesn't care if you're bowling like 150 or 140 at him, he doesn't care क्या चल रहा है, he's just gonna hit you. He doesn't care what the situation in the game is. He's gonna hit you. He's not gonna anchor. He's not gonna be afraid of you. He's just gonna hit you out of the park. That shot against Shaheen, oh my god, I think I'll never forget it. I don't think Shaheen will ever forget it either. And I remember someone, when he played that shot, someone tweeted ke, Surya Kumar Yadav light. I was like, no, Surya Kumar Yadav wishes he was as good as Haarre because Surya Kumar Yadav could never do that to Shaheen. He would not play this shot at this stage against this pace. But Haarre is so fearless, yaar. I mean, Surya Kumar Yadav, if you're watching, this is not a challenge. This is not a challenge. Don't do this against us in the World Cup. But yeah, Haarre, what a guy. I don't think I have enough words to describe how much I like him. So, Iman, you can, have your say about him.
I mean, honestly, there is no competition for this award. Best cameos is not just, who played the most cameos. It is who played the most impactful cameos. Because this is a T20 match, right? 50s don't really matter. It's those really, really incredible 30s and 25s and 20s that really changed the game. And we saw him do that at the death. We saw him do that in the power play. We saw him do that at number 3, which is insane. And I think that there's a Twitter user. His name's Haarre. We'll link this graph as well in the description. He posted this graphic and it shows the strike rate for PSL batters in the first 10 balls and then after the first 10. And Haarre is just in another quadrant entirely. Because his first 10 balls strike rate is around 215, which is ridiculous. Which means he comes out and he just starts swinging. And it's not like he's just swinging blindly. He's a clever batter. It's just that he's so brave and he's got like... he's just really brave. Like there's no other word for people who are like, he has only like 3 shots versus spin. But that doesn't matter. Because when he comes out, he's just going to hit. He's going to find the gaps. He's going to go aerial. And I don't know how, but he generates a lot of power. It's innovation. It's T20 batting at its best. Mohammad Haarre has been incredible. I mean, you think he couldn't get better, but I think this PSL he was better.
Yeah.
And I feel like we should also say okay, another contender for this maybe could also be Azam Khan, who
Yeah.
didn't necessarily play those short innings. He played those really big, incredible ones where you were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And he's clearly improved his game versus pace
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. So another brilliant T20 batter.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think Azam Khan, I think that was gonna be the last one, but I'm gonna take it up. And best local performance, I think I was gonna pick Azam Khan because I think for a franchise that is known for batting and has people like Gurbaz, Alex Hales, Munro, even Shadab Khan to now some extent, Asif Ali, all of them, for Azam Khan to outshine all of them and have the season with the bat the way that he did, his innings against Koita, I mean, what a pick this. Like, I know that he's in a pick this year, but he was good with the bat last year too. But this year, he was just, it was otherworldly. I really, really, really enjoyed it. Because, like you said, he's known as a spin basher. Na? Jab wo batting karne aata hai, people are like, oh, he's a spin basher. That's his role. Come and hit spin. But this year, he was hitting pace and he was... and he was hitting them everywhere. ऐसा नहीं था कि if he got settled तो एक जगह he was struggling and he was playing only a few shots. He was playing everywhere. No matter where you bowled him, he was taking you out. He did not care, and I think it was brilliant to watch. Honestly, I don't know if it was brilliant to watch for the Quetta camp, but it was brilliant to watch for all of us. So yeah,
that shot versus Hasnan, that sweep six.
Yeah, oh my God.
I don't know a lot about shots names, but my God, that was... And it says something when everyone's team of the tournament has Azam Khan.
Yeah.
Some people are leaving Babar, Rizwan, some people aren't putting Shaheen in for some reason. But I think those people are just biased.
Yeah.
And someone or the other is being left out. Fahim's being left out. Sikandar Raza is being left out. But Azam Khan is not being left out. Everyone agrees that was an incredible season.
Yeah.
But yeah. Are we done? Do we have another category?
We have best overseas performance, and my pick for that is Sikandar Raza, because I think what an inspired choice, man. Matlab, it wasn't just his batting or like wherever he bowled. He was good with that. It's the kind of presence he had in the dressing room. Matlab, he gelled in so well with the LQ dressing room. And I mean, I don't know if everyone saw it, but when Fakhr got his century, uske andar beech mein he almost got out, right? And he was about to walk off. But they took a review and he was not out. And Sikandar Raza standing at the boundary was literally yelling at Fakhr, "Wapas jao, tum nahi out." And I was like, what is this guy, man? I love him so much. But yeah, I think Sikandar Raza, he was great. I am really glad that we had him.
Yeah, that knock versus who was that? Versus
QG.
No, it was Multan.
Was
QG,
it?
Sorry.
Yeah, QG.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. मुझे याद नहीं है. मुझे बस याद है कि I was just like, oh my God, Lahore Qalandars, I'm so sick of you. Oh my God, what the hell is wrong with you? And then someone is just smashing it, and I'm like, what on earth is happening? You've seen good knocks, okay? You've seen a lot of them, but that was out of this world.
Yeah.
I knew Sikandar was good, but that was something else. And also he had a really good season. I think he was like one of the best, in fact, in the local overseas, if not the best lower middle order batter of the season. And so now that we've done a lot of Sikandar, Lahore Qalandars, Azam Khan, Mohammad Haris, Babar Azam, everyone's praise and prop has been done. I think we can hear from Zoha about what it was like to watch Lahore Qalandars win PSL again, and to watch such a close final. I think the first proper thriller final that the PSL has ever seen. So how was it? Okay,
so disclaimer, I wasn't gonna go to the match until like I knew that Lahore was playing in the final, because I didn't want to watch. I don't like going to the stadium too much because Kazafi does not have the best viewing experience. But yeah, Lahore qualified for the finals, and I was like, okay, I'm going. And then the match, when it started, when we won the toss, there was this energy in the stadium. Everybody was like, okay, Lahore will be defending a total they got this. And I was like, yeah, but at the back of my mind I was like, Rizwan, man, he's gonna want to win. So I wasn't being too, confident about anything. मैं कह रही थी कि I was with my best friend, and she isn't a huge cricket watcher. She's a casual fan, and she was constantly, asking me कि हम जीत जाएंगे, हम जीत जाएंगे. I was like, हाँ, but I don't know, हाँ, but I don't know. But in my head and in my heart, I really, really wanted to win. When the match started, I was like, okay, fuck her, big day today. And he was struggling, so my friend was like, ये क्या हो रहा है? Because I had done a lot of fucker prop. I was like, no, don't worry, he's gonna get a top edge, and then everyone will see what he's capable of उसके बाद. And then I think he was on 20 or 21 when he did get a top edge, and my friend looks at me and she's like, अब होगा कुछ? मैंने कहा हाँ, देखना अब होगा. And then after a while he got out. So yeah, I was like, man, fucker. But I think Abdullah Shafiq, watching him bat live was great. I already talked about it, but watching Shaheen, come and just go berserk and like not care about anything, he just came and went completely. It was great. And one of the things was that the entire stadium was chanting Afridi, Afridi, Afridi. I don't think I'll ever forget that moment, because he was just going all out, and the entire stadium was just shouting Afridi. And like, I've heard people talk about watching Shahid Afridi bat and like how the entire stadium would go crazy for Afridi, and I've never watched that, so watching this was something. But yeah, uske alawa, I think Rizwan and Riley Russo's partnership, the entire stadium fell silent. तब ऐसा लग रहा था कि लाहौर हार जाएगा, so like everyone was just not talking, everybody was quiet. You could hear a pin drop. I'm not even joking. But then when Rashid got Riley out, I think that was the one match changing moment in the game for me, because uske baad stadium jaise like everyone was sleeping and they suddenly woke up and everyone started shouting for Lahore. And I mean, at one point I did not know who was gonna win, of course, because we were like, it got too close, especially in the last over and Zaman was coming to bowl. I did not know who was gonna win, but I was so glad that I got to watch it live, because it was a great game, man. I mean, I don't think I've ever felt so high, and the energy in GSL that day, what an experience. I wish Iman was there with me. She would have loved it. But yeah.
Yeah, I really, I said this last year. I was like, next year though, I'm going to watch the playoffs, pakka. Like, I'm going to watch the final. And this year, I mean, I ended up getting COVID, so it's a good thing I didn't get the tickets or anything. But but no, it's definitely on my bucket list. I want to watch in Pindi. I want to watch PSL. I want to watch PSL in Lahore. I actually, when they start doing like all the different cities, I think it would be so cool to go on a city tour.
Yeah.
I had planned that for CD, the Champions Trophy that's gonna happen in 2025.
Yeah.
But it would be really fun for PSL as well, like home grounds and all of that vibe, and me being a hater of Multan in Multan would be really, really funny, I think.
Yeah. Before this PSL, my stadium success rate was 0. Every match I've been to, we'd lost. Whether Pakistan, Lahore Qalandars, I think सिर्फ एक हम जीते होंगे कोई Zimbabwe से 2015 वाला जो cricket comes home वाली series थी. I watched that, and I think that's the only one that I watched us win. And then उसके बाद I think I've been to like 5 games and we've lost all. But this season I went to 2 games and won both against Multan Sultans. So I think now the juju or whatever jinx is gone, and now no matter who's playing, I'm gonna go watch, and everyone should be like aware of me, because maybe now I'm the good luck charm. but no, I think also because we've been so starved of cricket overall, like these moments, witnessing them in the stadium is just like an experience. I think everyone should, even if you don't like cricket, you should go watch it, because my friend Manal, she does not watch cricket she only barely ever watches it, and she was jumping up and down in the last over. She was like, oh my god, what is happening? I was like, this is why you watch cricket. I think I converted her as well. I think she might start watching cricket now. But yeah, it was great. It was great. But also, Iman, there was this one like where I was sitting, उसके बिल्कुल साथ ना रिजवान की family बैठी हुई थी in the enclosure above mine. So like Rizwan's daughters were there, and at one point when Rizwan got out the VC catch, it was right above, like right before us. हम उसी boundary के पीछे बैठे हुए थे. And
oh my God.
Yeah, she watched that catch and she had a Pepsi bottle. She threw that and she started crying. And I was like, oh my god, poor baby. But yeah, I was like, poor baby. But honestly, it was great. I am so glad I got to witness that. Because like, and then Rizwan called them down after the match was over. He like called them, he's like, aajo niche. They went down and they like, the girl, she wanted to win so much, like उसने अपने अब्बा को छोड़ा वो शाहीन के पास चली गई. उसने कहा आज, like, I don't care, I'm just winning somehow. She was sitting with Shaheen's wife and they were like, it was really cute to watch. I don't think they show these things on TV, so getting to see them in the stadium, it's an experience altogether.
Yeah, and that's so cute.
Yeah, anyone who gets a chance, you should go. I'm a changed person. I used to be anti-stadiums, now I'm pro. Everyone should go. Go watch all games live.
I also love going to the stadium, even though my track record in recent times has been terrible. But that's just because of the test series, honestly.
Yeah. Those don't count.
But we lost the ODI that I watched as well. I had such a good record before this. But that's not going to stop me, and Karachi's lack of crowds does not stop me either. I go and if I'm the only person screaming, then so be it. I will be the only person screaming. But yeah, no, go to the stadium, go support your team, or don't even go support them, just go for the environment, for the experience. Go with your friends, go with your family. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, and I think that's it for today. That's it for PSL8, in fact.
Yeah, I think everyone should congratulate Lahore Qalandars and their fans and stop hating on us. It's fine. PSL will be back next year. Maybe your team will win. If not, maybe you can, try getting Aqib Javed in your dressing room. Try breaking him. But whatever works for you. But like, stop hating on Lahore Qalandars. It's not doing anything. We're still double champions back to back. And I think we can like end the episode here. Okay, we'll see you.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you in the next episode.